So if you are watching this video, you have seen my ad on Craigslist for my 1993 GMC Yukon SLE. Thanks for checking it out. Just want to make this video to go over some... Well, first of all, I made this video primarily to show you how to use this website. It's pretty simple. Obviously, it's just a website, but down here you click on older posts and it'll open up all these other pictures for you. So here are the front view pictures, rear view pictures, rocker panel, and then you just scroll down. Anyway, so that's how you navigate the pictures. Yeah, I just wanted to discuss this thing. It's a 1993 GMC Yukon SLE. It's got the 5.7 liter V8 engine. It has 203,922 miles on it. I'm asking $47.50 for it. When you're finished looking around the website, checking out the pictures, and you watch this video all the way through, and you're still interested in the truck, please give me a call at this number, 610-674-0022. It's a landline, so don't bother sending me a text message to it because it doesn't receive text messages. And I'm not receiving any I'm not going to respond to any emails that I get through Craigslist because I'm trying to I don't want anybody just calling me or sending me an email saying, "Hey, is your truck still available?" If this website is still up, and my Craigslist ad is still there, and this video is still up, the truck is still available. So, yeah, that's why I don't want to get any text messages. I don't want to receive any emails. I just want people that are genuinely interested in this truck to give me a call and tell when you call me and you're interested, you want to discuss the truck further. Tell me what time is best for me to give you a call back between 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday. I don't make any phone calls or bother anybody on Sunday. So just let me know, and I don't do, I'm busy during the days, but I'm gonna answer any phone calls about this truck and talk to people about it from 5 to 9 in the evening. So when you leave me a message, make sure you leave me your phone number, obviously, and let me know what time is best for me to call you between 5 and 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday. And if you call me and just say, "Hey, is your truck still available?" and that's all you say in your message, I'm not going to call you back because, as I said, if the ad is still up on Craigslist and this website is still up and this video is still up, the truck is still available. So, with that being said, let's move on. Here's the information, basic info on the Yukon. So, it's got a brand new battery. The tires on it only have about 500 miles on them. The spare tire has never been used, as you'll see in the pictures. I'll go through that in a second. I've never had to use the jack for any reason, and I'm selling it because I don't use it anymore. I bought the truck in 2004, and I bought it basically for hauling my, just doing utilitarian stuff around my house, and taking dirt bikes to locations to ride, and just this typical stuff like that. So let's go through some of the pictures here, and again, click on the older post and it'll drop you down here. So let's talk about the spare tire and the jack. So just click on these pictures. So as you can see from the treads on this thing, it's never been used. And if you come and take a look at the truck, you'll see that, I mean, you can see barely in the picture. Oh, another thing. If you want to see this picture blown up, right click on it and then hit open image in new tab. So I have this in the F11 mode. So then you go up here, this new tab will open up. Let me do that again. So if you scroll down and you're looking at some pictures and you want to see it in a larger format, just right click on the picture, hit open in a new tab, and click up here, and then there might even be a magnifying glass that shows up. But the reason I mention this is because you may want to see the picture in a larger format. And if you look closely here on this spare tire, you can see that there's still the manufacturer's ink on the outside of the tire, and you can still see that the knobs are they have sharp edges on them. So, yeah, and here's the jack. Just never used it. I basically, as I said, I use this thing just for utilitarian purposes. It's really clean inside. And anyway, I'll talk more about that in a second. Sorry about that interruption. But my video software, I can only make my videos in 5-minute increments and then splice them together later to make one continuous video. Anyway, it's pretty clean inside. It do have a rack. These old things, if you're familiar with these, they have a rack that bolts to the side of the truck here, and then you prop up the tire, and it's got a bolt system that you can just bolt it to that. And I removed that years ago, and it's floating around my house. As I said, I do have the rack, but as far as the bolts go, I don't know where I put them. And as far as the thing, the attachment thing that screws through the tire to the rack, I know that's floating around my house somewhere, but I don't have that. But if I find it, obviously that comes with the sale of the truck. So it's got the cover on here for the tire. And let me go back to the home page. So that's the spare. Yeah, the battery's brand new. The interior is probably the best asset of this. The best thing about this truck. It's really clean inside. So basically, I bought this, as I said, I bought this in 2004 just for utilitarian purposes. And then it just sort of sat around my house. But this friend of mine who lives in Santa Monica started coming back to the East. He has a house on the East Coast as well. So he was coming back to the East Coast like 3 times a year. So he doesn't have a car at his house on the East Coast. So he would fly into Philly, and I would lend him the Yukon to use. And he's a really old friend of mine, like childhood friend of mine, and he drives like an old lady. He's so easy on cars. That's why I had no problem lending him the Yukon, because he just drove it. He never drove the thing over 65 miles an hour. He just always took really good care of it. You can see the interior is really clean. And these are just the front. I took so many shots here, but it's got, right, so it's not all, it's because it's 1993, for those of you who don't know about these older 4-wheel drive trucks. You have to stop and put it, you don't have to adjust the hubs or anything. You can do it all from this lever right here in the cab, but you do have to stop, I think, put the thing in park, and then engage the thing in 4-wheel drive. And I know this thing works because the last time I drove it, it worked fine. And I've been driving around, as I said, to get the thing ready to sell, and I put the thing in the last couple of months. I put this thing in 4-wheel drive, so that works fine. The carpets are clean, the seats are clean. The visors, the visors are good. The elastic's good here. The headliner's not falling down at all. The doors are really clean. Yeah, the door jambs are all clean. As I said, my buddy took really good care of this thing. And so that's the interior. It's got an old school. I put this radio in here back in 2004, 2005. It just plays CD play. You know, it doesn't have a plug for an MP3 player. It just plays MP3 CDs. But that works fine. And so, okay, so those are the interior pictures. Let's look at the interior back pictures here. So here's the back seat. You pull on this lever to let it come, you know, to bring it down. And again, you know, the carpets, everything's pretty clean and, you know, relatively speaking for a 25-year-old truck. So here's the back with the back down, or the seats down, I mean. The headliner's in good shape, as I said. You know, it's got a nice size back. Cargo area, I guess you'd say. So that's the... What else? Okay. So the problem areas with this truck, let's just look at some of the front view shots here. So the problem areas with this truck are the rocker panel rust, and I'll show you that right now. Okay, so you go to the rocker panel part here, and I took some close-ups of. This is typical in these trucks, and if you see a truck that doesn't have any rust in these areas, on these GM trucks from this era, it's because they're from Nevada or the desert somewhere out west. But if it's an East Coast truck, I've seen them much worse than this, and I've seen some that were completely garage kept on the East Coast that are in fantastic condition. But you know, these things are hard to find because they're so old. What else? Oh, the trans. So it's a V8. The transmission shifts so smoothly. It's incredible. It's I have 6 cars, and I have 2 older Mercedes station wagons, for like mid 90s Mercedes wagons, and they don't shift nearly as smoothly as this thing does. The engine could use a tune-up. It's been pretty neglected since I bought it. The thing just runs, you know. Just do oil changes on it. Make sure the radiator fluid is topped off. About 10 years ago, I replaced the radiator in the thing, and that's still fine. There are no problems with that at all. So it runs cool. Yeah, I mean, it just needs, if you know, the person, I imagine the person who's gonna be interested in this is gonna be somebody who wants to do the body work and just, you know, wants to restore this thing. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it. There's nothing else I can really think of to mention. The you know, it's pretty much you know, come to the website, look at all the pictures. Let me show you the rear bumper shots. You know, it needs a new rear bumper. It no longer has the hitch on it. I took that off. But yeah, I mean, the bumper, the rocker panels. You know, if you really want to get crazy and restore this thing, obviously the paint is in, you know, there's scratches on it, but that scratch on the tailgate's really the worst one. Here's the engine compartment. You know, it's just a 25-year-old truck, but it really runs smoothly on the highway, and I don't really know what else to say about it. Again, I just made this video to let everybody know to click that blue bar at the bottom here, so you can see the rest of these photographs. Tailgate. So here's the front view, rear view, rocker panels, taillights, window latch, rear bumper, wheels. Yeah, so if you're interested in the truck, leave me a message, and just give me a little rundown on why you want to buy it, or if you want to. Obviously, you're going to call me because you want to schedule. You want to talk about the truck. If you have any questions, just leave me the questions, and then I'll give you a call back. And if you want to set up a time to come see it, I'll do that in the afternoon. Anywhere from 5 to whenever the sun goes down. I mean, 5 to 8 o'clock is okay, Monday through Saturday. But we can discuss that when you call me. So anyway, that is the story. I hope this helped you learn a little bit more about this truck, and look forward to speaking with you if you are interested in a 1993 GMC Yukon SLE. All right, thanks.